Hey everybody, I'm Jack Hammer and welcome to another episode of 49ers Film Review. Today I want to go ahead, and there's been a lot of talk about the quarterback situation and what's going to happen with the 49ers at that spot going into this year. Is it going to be Garoppolo? Is it going to be Trey Lance? So what I want to do is go back and take a look at a little bit of Jimmy Garoppolo from the beginning of 2020. This was the one game where he was fully healthy, this game, the season opener against Arizona. So I thought it'd be a good idea to kind of go back and take a look at this game. I think as you watch this one, you're going to see a lot of the reasons why the 49ers ended up making the move for Trey Lance and why they felt that need. So we'll go through this, and I've dropped the link in there for StreamYard. So if you want to go ahead and call in, you don't agree with something I'm saying, or maybe there's a play that you want to look at a little bit deeper, feel free to call in. What I'll do is at the end of every few plays, probably about every possession or two, depending on how long the possessions are, I'll just jump over and see, and then that way maybe make a note of the play or questions that you have, and we'll jump in and go through that. So I see a couple folks over in the comment section already. Hey, Jason and Darian. So let's go ahead and let's just jump right into it. I'm going to take myself out of the picture. You don't need to see my face as we go through this right now. And we'll just take a look at the screen here. So it's going to start right off. The first play of the game, we're only going to be looking at the passing plays for Garoppolo. It's going to start off right here at the beginning of the game, and you're going to see he's going to go down to the bottom of the screen. You got George Kittle on a quick little out. Nice little easy completion to start the game for a gain of about 5 yards there. But the thing to watch on this play, you're going to watch Garoppolo. He's looking at the linebacker. Once he sees this linebacker sitting here, he makes the decision that he's going to go out here to the flat. So let's just look at that first. You see, he kind of looks, turns his head, hits Kittle pretty quick. Nice. Looks like a nice play to start the game. Now let's go back and look at this one more time in slow motion. You have Kyle Juszczyk motioning out here to the slot on the left side. That's one of the fun things with Juszczyk, what he brings to the offense is his ability to move all around. So he's a fullback, but he's a tight end / kind of a receiver at the same time. You're going to watch on this one as this play starts to come through. He's going to run a double move on the safety here that's covering him. He's going to get up on him, fake to the outside, and he's going to be breaking inside, and he's wide open. The ball just never looks there. The quarterback just never looks there. So right now, he's open, and the reason he's open is he's got this safety step into the outside, following him on the out. You know that we know that he's going to be coming back in here. We're the offense. We know where the ball's going. But Garoppolo never looks at him. And look at all the open space that he has between the linebacker that he looks at before going to Kittle and where Juszczyk is. And then Juszczyk, this guy's going to have decent coverage on him as we let it roll through. But he's open. This is an open receiver. He's got the guy on his back. You can stick that on them right there. He's still inside if you throw this ball accurately. And between him and the safety upfield, there's 12 yards of separation. Never looks at him, though. Ball comes out to the right side. 49ers get a nice little gain to start the game off 5 yards, but you're missing a potential deeper throw right down the middle of the field that should have been an easy throw for the quarterback to hit. Never looks at him. You're going to see here, he's going to watch. You're going to see him look at 58 and then decides to go to Kittle. Never a thought really of going over to the other side. He's working that right side the whole way through. And then you get a horse collar tackle at the end, which is a nice little advantage for the 49ers. And that puts them out all the way almost out the midfield at the 45-yard line. So it works out for the 49ers in a way because of the penalty on the horse collar. Gets them probably roughly the same amount of yardage that they would have got if he had got to Juszczyk. But I just think it's interesting to see some of the bigger potential opportunity plays that are missed. And we're going to see that at times throughout this game. So let's jump now forward to 12:39 in the first quarter. And this one, it's going to be an interesting one. What you're going to see here, you got Kittle motioning across, so it basically gives you trips on the left side. You're going to have a go route by Dante Pettis out here on the outside. This is actually Juszczyk. So again, the 49ers are in 21 personnel, which kind of forces, which is, if it was, maybe if this was a 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 6, could cause some trouble with the defense. But since it's 3rd and 14, they're probably already playing in their nickel and prevent anyway. But you're going to get Juszczyk running a deep curl over here to about 15 yards. So he's going to get to the sticks before he turns. And then you've got Kittle in the middle, and he's going to run a little curl over the middle, but he's not going to get there. He's only going to get to about this area, to about the 35-yard line or so. He catches the ball before he catches the ball. So let's watch this one roll full speed. Just sits down right between, and that's the only spot that he could go to. The deeper curl by Juszczyk is covered. This linebacker was kind of following into this. This guy has a hook to curl, so he's kind of following into that curl zone. Meanwhile, you got the little hook over the middle, and there he's going to drive on it once he sees Garoppolo throwing the ball and separating. But Garoppolo makes the right read here, going over the middle. Those are the first two plays of the game, first quarter. Nothing difficult at all with what they're asking him to do. The first one was a easy quick read. If he had understood that it was man coverage to begin with on that first one, I think Juszczyk's a better option because of the double move route that he's running. This time, everybody's falling back, so he hits the guy that he needs to. That's open, and unfortunately, they end up about a yard or two short on that one, so they're going to end up punting on the first possession of the game. So that's the way the first series goes. Luckily for the 49ers, their defense was playing really well in the beginning of this game. So let's jump forward now to the next possession, and this is going to be 10:05 in the first quarter. And what you're going to get here is this is going to be all about, again, man coverage you're going to see man coverage from Arizona. There's a little bit of a check at the line of scrimmage, most likely because of that. And then what's going to happen is this guy's got to get out and cover Mostert in the flat. That's where it looks like he's going. He undercuts the receiver route. I think this is Pettis here, does a nice job of kind of taking this inside to kind of get a little bit of a chip on him and make him have to go flat. And that flattening out of the linebacker and that over pursuing to try to get out to the flat. Look at all of his momentum is taking him outside. Meanwhile, you've got Mostert coming right back inside underneath him. Easy pitch and catch for the quarterback. Takes it to the house for a touchdown. Mostert does. This is very similar to what we saw the 49ers do the year before against Arizona, except for it was Jeff Wilson that caught it down in the red zone. Just overplays it, hit him inside, gone. Again, this is a simple play though for the quarterback. You're not really having to do a whole lot of reading at all. As soon as he sees that linebacker start to buzz out to the flat, he knows he's got the running back. Boom, boom, steps up and throws it. This isn't anything that I don't think that Trey Lance can't do. When you watch Trey Lance on film, both of these plays, everything we've seen so far, these first three plays fit perfectly into what the rookie should be able to come out in and do in 2021 based off of what we saw of his college film, even though it's a little bit limited to 2019. But nice play here by Garoppolo. Nice play design by the offense there. You see the overrun by the linebacker, and they have no chance at that point. Nobody even gets a whiff of Mostert. He's gone to the house for 6, house call. So great start to the game there. Three plays, 3 completions. Everybody's happy. Things look good. We had the one miss at the beginning, even though it was a completion. So not a bad start though for the 49ers overall. Garoppolo. So now it's going to be 7. There's 10-0 now. Sorry. So we got 10-0. 8:31 in the first quarter. You got Dante Pettis down here at the bottom of the screen. This is Kendrick Bourne in the slot. Let's go ahead and watch this one. We're going to see a completion to Raheem Mostert down here to the right side of the screen. Nice little completion for a gain of about 3 or 4. But let's go back and watch this one more time. Pay attention down here to Dante Pettis at the bottom of the screen. He's right here, and he's got a step. He has Patrick Peterson beat. There's nobody there to really help. If that ball comes up and is thrown accurately, this is a nice completion down the sidelines for a big gain. He's open right there. He's got him. He's got a step. You can go ahead and take that shot out there if you want. Instead, he takes the underneath route. Doesn't even look at I don't even think he takes a look at the deep route. Play action, gets his head around. He's reading the middle of the field here is where he's looking. They do a good job of covering that up. And even at the point, so what they've got going on, and they do this a lot, where they run this guy through the formation. So this time they make it look like he's running through the formation. He settles down and comes to the out. But Garoppolo's decided that he's going to drop it into the flat instead. He has time to work this ball a little longer. I know there's a little bit of pressure coming over the right guard, but once he steps over and slides to his left, he has time to reset right here. He has time to kind of reset and either fire this ball down the sideline or fire it in right here on the deeper route to Bourne, because this is open here. But instead he drops it off into the flat for a gain of 5. Let's watch it from the end zone. You'll see he's got some pressure. He has plenty of time to kind of slide over and then go to that second level of Bourne, who is open, but he decides to drop it off. And also he has the deep route by Pettis down the right sideline. Again, that deep route by Pettis, that's one that you'd like to see maybe a shot taken there. If the quarterback has the arm to get that out there, because he's got him right now. He's got him beat. They're side by side, but the corner's still trying to turn, and he's got to step on him if he wants to take that shot down the right sideline. Let's jump forward now to 3rd and 5. And here on 3rd and 5, they're in one running back, one tight end, so it's 11 personnel. You got Trent Taylor here in the slot. This ball's going to come down here to Taylor. That's where the ball's going to end up. And it's just kind of a bad route. It's a bad route because he rounds this thing off just so much. He starts to turn this route at the 40, and he's at the 42 by the time he actually gets it turned. Peterson's they're in zone coverage down here at the bottom of the screen. It's cover 2 kind of look. That's why he's looking inside the whole way. He knows he has the help from the safety over the top, and he's just waiting for this thing to come out here. There's really nothing there over on this side of the field to the right side. There's really nothing there. They've got this corner is right in perfect position to make this play. The deep route's fine because he's got the safety coming over the top. They've got this covered up here in the middle. The only guy that's kind of open is going to be Bourne at the top of the screen. He doesn't have anybody around him. They're really focusing all of their coverage over to the right side of the 49ers offense. And this ball comes out, and it doesn't really have a chance. And he's lucky that this ball is thrown where it was, or else it could have been a pick. This is very reminiscent of one of the plays from doing the scouting when we were looking at Mac Jones against Michigan in that game. Early on in that game, he throws a route almost exactly like this. Yeah, so not a whole lot there on that one. I mean, the only knock would be to take the shot up to the top of the screen, but they've got the trips over here. That's the side that they've called, and that's where he's working. And the Cardinals have done a pretty good job of covering that up. So chalk that one up to the defense and possibly the design of the play. So let me pause it right here. Bring in Jeremy. Hey, Jeremy, how you doing?
Jack, how's it going?
It's good. It's good.
Hey, man, I'm out on a vacation right now, so I'm gonna keep it short and simple. But you know how I feel about Jimmy. You know this whole narrative. As a 49er fan, I just don't like the quarterback controversy. I think that's more of a Dallas Cowboy drama that we don't need. Plus, I'm a Bay faithful, so I kind of want to see Jimmy just be dealt a better hand, right? So, like, we talked about this last time, and I told you I'm just sick and tired of everybody with the Jimmy. All right, so you're breaking down this is game game 1 of 2020.
Yeah, the season opener. Yeah, this is the one game where he's healthy throughout. That's why we picked this one.
This is the fan in me begging you to do it. Can you break down Jimmy? What was it? 2017, the last 5 games of the 2017 season.
Okay.
Will you ever break those down? Break those down, and then the last 5 games of the 2019 season. And like a compare and contrast. I don't know. What I want to know is, besides the politics, besides all of the all the stuff that we don't get to see behind closed doors, how much are we really saying Jimmy's bad? You know what I mean? I just don't want quarterback controversy, dude. And it's still, yes, don't get me wrong. Trey Lance, bigger, faster, exciting, right? You got a new toy under the tree. I want to play with it. I got it. I get it. And I will have a Trey Lance jersey one day. But before we I don't know. Let's give it some time. It's a rookie. It's a rookie tag.
Yeah. Well, I've got no problem. I'll do it. You know what I'll do is I'll put together a film breakdown of Garoppolo from 2017 for you. I'll even break down his game against Jacksonville, because that seems to be the one game that everybody really got excited about, was that Jacksonville game. Yeah. Right. Because Jacksonville was a pretty good team that year. I'll put a breakdown together for that one and come on here and do the same thing with that game. I have no problem with doing that. I think that's one of them. And we can look at that game and maybe even pick out a game towards the end of 2019. Say like the Rams game or the Seattle game, and take a look at those two. I have no problem with doing that for kind of a full visual of everything going on with Garoppolo.
Thank you. And I appreciate you breaking it down now, dude. I woke up and it's 9:21 out here in Maui, and I'm just like, oh, I missed the cone phone. then I see Jack. I'm like, oh, but Jack's on. Niner. Thank you guys for keeping you just brought us through the whole off season, dude. I'm so excited for this season.
Yeah. Hey, you're welcome. I'm looking forward to it too.
Yes. If you can do that though, Jack, man, cool. Great.
Yep. I'll do that for you. You got it.
Go Niners.
Yeah. Hey, enjoy your time out in Maui.
Hell yeah.
All right. Have a good day,
Later.
Jeremy. I'm gonna jump back into it. All right. So let's get back to the game. But I'll definitely, if you guys want to see some more of Garoppolo and some kind of what's going on, I got no problem with that. We'll definitely take a look at him. We'll bring up some stuff from 2017, look at some 2019 too. Let's jump to the next possession here. And going back to Lou has mentioned here that he doesn't look downfield because he can't make that throw, and that could be part of it. I don't disagree with you. He doesn't have the strongest arm when it gets to those outside throws. So let's just kind of play this one through and see what happens next. Here we've got 6:55 it's 1st and 10. We're still in the first quarter, and he's looking to his left side and takes a sack here. And this is one of those situations where I don't. This is a rough one. What I don't like about Garoppolo on this one is watch his feet. So let's go back. Just watch Garoppolo's feet. He gets flat-footed here when he gets to the top of his drop. And when he does that, you know that the ball's not going to be going down the field, because you can't throw the ball deep down when your feet are flat like he is here. This flat-footedness means the ball's coming out short. There's no way that this guy is going to get the ball. He's looking at this little route combination between the out and the in. He's got the running back here, and he's got the in by Bourne. He's actually got Bourne wide open right here. Just let's slow it down. I know he's got some pressure in his face, but if he throws this ball right now to Bourne, he's got him open over the middle. Because remember, if he's throwing this ball to Bourne, he's still got 2 yards between him and this guy here. If he just throws this ball to Bourne, this ball's going to have to be thrown almost down this line right here, the right hashes. So this linebacker's out of the play. He's got all this open space. But look at Garoppolo's feet now, because he's got to the top of his drop and his feet were set. Look at his hips. Everything about this, he's flat-footed. His hips and everything are pointing out here to the left side. He's looking to the flat, and that's right here. He's not really, this in route by Bourne isn't going to be open in this first window because the linebacker's sitting right here. This is a really tight, and if this ball was going to come in here, it's already got to be out of his hand. So he's and then look, he's turning his hips to like he's going to try to get this ball to the flat. It's covered. Meanwhile, he's got Bourne coming open over the middle, and he's just never able to, because of his position and his kind of predetermining based off of an early look in the play where he's going to go with the ball. He's out of position to hit the open man, and then they end up getting the sack around Brunskill and McGlinchey. But that ball should have come out, should have been a completion down the middle of the field. There's times with Jimmy G where he kind of predetermines a little bit, or he makes the decision quick after the snap. It's almost like he comes off a little too quick at times, and we're going to see that play out on a few other plays in this possession, or in this game. Excuse me, not this possession. So he's looking. He's looking to the left the whole way. He's really never in position to throw that ball over the middle. His feet are set in the ground like cement, and that's one of the problems that you have with him at times. And now 609, 217. It's going to be a nice little play over the middle to George Kittle. The only one that's open. It's his back foot. Kittle comes open and across the middle, hits him for a nice completion over the middle. Nice little play there by Garoppolo and Kittle to set up a 3rd and 3. Okay. Now the next play is 5:29. By the time the ball snaps, it's 3rd and 3 here. 49ers, we talked earlier about the 49ers and their personnel groupings and causing trouble with the defense. They're in 21 personnel. This is Kyle Juszczyk down here. They've got the running back and they've got a tight end and Kittle here. So they're in their base offense, which puts a little bit of stress on the defense for Arizona because of the personnel grouping. They've got to play a little bit more base as well to respect the run. And he's going to throw this ball incomplete out to the left side to a well-covered Raheem Mostert. And really what happens on this one is, let's go back. Now that you've seen the play in slow motion, you got the wheel here. Watch Garoppolo see the pressure and flinch. And that flinch throws everything off, and now he's just throwing the ball up for grabs, hoping that the receiver makes a crazy play out of it. He's not open. That's not where the ball should go because he's well covered. It's not like the Dante Pettis play earlier where Pettis had a step on Peterson. On this one, the guy's right in his hip pocket the whole way. And that little flinch is what causes the problem on this one. On this one, even if he wants, the design of this play makes it look like they want to come out here and they want him to check here, and then back to Bourne. That's kind of the way that they're running this play. Well, you can see him look down the middle, but then as soon as he sees that pressure, he flinches and then just turns and gets the ball out. Even at this, with the amount of time that it took for him to throw this ball to the left to Mostert, or to McKinnon, he could have turned and thrown this ball for a first down to Kendrick Bourne. He wasn't really, because of where he's at, and you're going to see this a little bit later, he could almost make this throw without really having to turn his hips, and I'll show you that in a second. If we're going to get back, they're going to run this play again early in the second quarter. So keep this play in mind as we're going through. Okay. So that's that one there. That's the end of the drive because that was the 3rd down play. Let's get this rolling a little bit. Jump forward to 241. 1st and 10. They're on the Arizona 46. This is going to be play action. Play action, you're going to get Kittle coming across the field on the drag. He's the only one that's open here. Nice easy throw, and then let Kittle do his work. Nice little run after the catch. So a 4-yard throw ends up with a 14-yard gain. So not a bad play. This is a good play by Garoppolo, good play by Kittle. There's nowhere else to go with the ball here on this one. It's an easy, well-designed, schemed-up throw for Garoppolo. Next play, we're at the 2-minute warning of the first half now, and you've got the 49ers are in 21 personnel again. They have Kittle lined up. Here's Kittle. They've got it's actually 22 personnel. Excuse me. They've got Juszczyk lined up right on the outside, kind of as a wing to the outside of Kittle. They motion the running back out. This is Jordan Reed, and this one is they're basically just, they know that they feel like they're gonna have man coverage. That's part of why they motion him out, and now they're gonna work one-on-one between Reed and the guy in the slot there. And Reed does a good job. The guy doesn't get a hand on him, and he does a nice job inside break. Easy throw for Garoppolo. Just needs to, on this one, it's a two-way go. It's either going to be in or out. Reed takes the inside cut. Nice throw by Garoppolo. This is an easy pitch and catch for him. And he puts it on him pretty well. Nice job. And that sets him up with another first down. So not a bad play there. Now let's roll to 2-12, or 2nd and 12, excuse me. We're in the second quarter now. So this is 2nd and 12, and this is one of the best plays of the 49ers season in 2020, because you spin me like a record, round, round, like a record, baby, right now, round, round. This was like me when I play Madden and my spin button gets stuck and I can't hit any button other than that one to work. That's pretty much what happens here. And it's just a really bad play by Garoppolo. What's going to happen is he's going to have Bourne out here kind of running a deep. He's going to get to about the 2. He's going to do a little in and out, where he's out and in, where he's going to be setting down. So he's going to look there first, then he's going to look to the flat to Taylor. And that's where all heck breaks loose, because when he looks, say he's looking for Bourne here, but Bourne's covered. That one's pretty well covered. Then he goes to go down here to Taylor, and he's kind of half throwing the ball before, as he turns, and he goes to throw the ball, drops it almost, and then he's done at that point, and he just kind of starts spinning around like a top. And then he gets sacked because, McGlinchey can't be expected to. You can't expect your offensive line to be able to block for 5.5 seconds without anybody getting through. So what should have happened on this play is it should have gone Bourne, covered, throw to the flat. Nope, it's covered. And then here it should the ball dropping and him having to spin, which causes him to spin around, shouldn't have happened, because the ball should never have been separated from his hands in the first place. It should have been look covered, back to the inside of the running back, open for a completion, and possible touchdown if he throws it over here, because nobody's looking at him. The only guy that's looking at the running back is this guy that's covering him in man coverage. If Garoppolo just drops the ball off to this guy, I'm pretty sure that he's going to be able to take this ball probably down here inside the 1 yard line or 2 yard line, or into the end zone. And instead you got some spinning going on. So and the throwaway at that point doesn't help you, because you end up with it's because you're in the pocket, so it's a sack, right? And Garoppolo doesn't have the ability to take off, and he's lost his composure as you're watching this one, and you say, he could have gotten out and just thrown it away or whatever. But when this happens right here, where he starts to drop the ball, at this point it's just chaos in his brain, and he's just trying to figure out what the heck to do. He actually shows some decent athleticism to step out of that first one, but yeah, that's a rough one right there. And then you get the sack, so kind of a bad deal right there. And then on 3rd and 17, Kyle Shanahan's seen enough, so he just go ahead and calls a run play up the middle, and they end up a yard short, and don't end up with any points on it because they didn't go on for it on 4th and goal, and get stuffed. So no points on that drive that got deep into the red zone. A little bit on Garoppolo for the little spinorama, and a little bit on Kyle Shanahan for not taking the points when he had a chance, which actually is a big deal at the end of the game, the way this game plays out, that Shanahan didn't just take the 3, which is something you probably should do in a tough game against a division opponent. So there we are there. Let's jump to the next possession, 6:52, 2nd and 7. They're out at the 45-yard line. This is going to be a nice completion up here to Bourne. Now this is the okay. Remember a few minutes ago I said hold this play in your thoughts. Remember this play because we're going to come back to it. This is the same play right here. We're at 6:52 of the second half. Let's watch this play run out. I'm not going to say anything. Okay. Now let's go back and let's look at this one. Right here. Got the motion to the trips. Gets them into the same formation. Same play, right? So they ran that one and they threw the deep ball out there to McKinnon because of the pressure. Now let's jump into the second quarter. And look at this one again, and let's dissect this one because this is a completion. This time he goes to Bourne, right? He doesn't have the pressure in front of him, and he decides to come off and go to Bourne. Remember, there's your motion. This is exactly the same play as what we saw. They got the motion into the bunch formation. You're going to get Kittle here down the field a little bit. You're going to get Mostert swinging. You're going to get Bourne running that little out and in coming route. Let's kind of watch this one play. So Garoppolo's reading left just like he did the first time, right? Kittle's covered. Do you think this looks a little bit different out here this time than the first time? Right? I mean, this is different, right? This time he's got the deep route open. But he comes off of it and he throws it underneath to Bourne, which is fine. I don't have a problem with the Bourne completion. This is a good one. This is what he should have done the first time. He's got a little bit of pressure at the end of this play. He turns and throws it over to him. It's a nice gain. He gets him out, up to the 36-yard line. This is again just not realizing your personnel and what you have out there, because he's looking out here to the left. And he looks like he's going to be covered, right? He's looking down here. This guy looks covered. This guy kind of looks covered. But you got to realize this is a linebacker covering the fastest guy on your team. And this linebacker is going forward, and this guy is going to be coming around. So you've got to know, you got to be able to feel that this guy is going to beat him. This guy's flat-footed. Raheem Mostert's running straight up the field. You got to kind of feel that. But anyway, I think he got a little shootout possibly for making the bad throw the play before on this route when he went by going to the running back instead. And so the next time they came out, he's like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna hit Bourne because that guy's gonna be open on this route. So even though he's got the wheel route down the left sideline, he has the other guy. Now the other part of this too. Remember what I said about his feet. Look at his feet at the top of this drop. He's sitting there flat-footed. He's not going to get that ball up there. He's flat-footed. He's not going to throw there because when his feet stop, the ball's short. And here's kind of what I was saying on that other part of this play too. Remember what I said was how his feet on that one were he was really turned to at times to the other side, and even though he had pressure on the first one, he still could have got that ball to Bourne. Look at his feet here. He makes this throw to Bourne really kind of across his body. His feet never turn. It's just his upper body turns and throws it, and he's able to stick it on him. So go back to the earlier one, the third down where they didn't get anything. They should have, this kind of just goes back and kind of proves that point where if he should have taken that shot. So it's not even a shot, just that underneath route. It was just a bad read that he flinched because of pressure. Now let's jump to the next play. It's going to be 1st and 10. It was a nice pickup. 49ers go no huddle here, and they're going to take a shot play down here to Dante Pettis. So they get up to the line quick. There's an audible, it's called. Boom. He's got Pettis now, and the ball comes out too late, and it's an incomplete ball. On this one, this ball's got to come out earlier, right? Right now he's got him, but he sets and gathers himself for a couple more steps. I'm not sure quite why it takes him this long to get the ball out of his hand. Get the ball out of your hand, boom, throw it. Okay, so let's just watch it one more time. Play action, top of the throw the ball. That holding the ball allows 31 to get back into the play. This ball could have been up in the air to him right now. You know where he's going. You've run this play so many times in practice. You know where it's going. Take the shot. Take the shot. So, and then let's go to one more before I got a good question over there from Raymond. I'll get to you in just a second. But let's look at this last one. It's 3rd and 9. This is the one of the last throw of this possession. So he's going to they get into this bunch set, and he throws this underneath route to McKinnon. But this again, this is a bad throw. This is a bad read. The reason I say it's a bad read is he's got this guy. This is the guy that you're reading. This linebacker here. This linebacker is sitting, reading the running back. His eyes are here. Garoppolo's eyes are through here. So what he's got to see is he's got to see through the running back to the linebacker because he's got this guy coming underneath, right behind him. This linebacker is telling him whether he throws to this guy or if he throws it to 84. The top of the drop, the linebacker's feet sit, and at this point, Bourne is going to be open over the middle right here because this guy's going to drive here. Now let's go, and I'm going to let this one play. Let's look at it from the behind the quarterback because I think it shows up better. Because in that angle, you almost look like looks a little bit different. So let's watch 58. He's already stopped. He's already going out. Let's just kind of go through really slow. At this point right here, this linebacker's feet have set because he's reading 28, so his feet are set. He's looking at this guy. And Garoppolo still has the ball in his hands. He still has the ability to throw to either guy. And he just takes the underneath throw. When he throws that ball, if he throws it to the right, to his right would be the linebacker's left side, right over his left shoulder. It's probably a completion it would be a completion to Bourne, I think. So got to take that shot when it's there. That's not something that I'm sure that we'll see from Trey Lance either because he's very cautious with the ball at times. So I'm going to just start this one, but I'm going to pause it. And so Raymond asks, you think that it's his lack of confidence in his knee or just bad lower half mechanics? I think he's going back to that flat-footedness is what this is. And I don't think this is a lack of confidence in his knee. I think this is just bad mechanics. This is just, this is bad mechanics with his lower half. This goes back to what we've heard from Kyle Shanahan, even in this offseason, where he talks about the how the quarterbacks mechanics that they work on is all about their feet. The feet kind of lead to everything else. And I think that's what we're seeing here with Garoppolo is he just has bad mechanics in his lower half, and that's causing the issues. And part of why you see him do that, I'm not sure. It's a little frustrating because you never want to see your quarterback get flat-footed the way that he does. And now here we are down at the down in the red zone. They just got an interception from Dre Greenlaw. Play action screen out to the right side to McKinnon. Easy throw. Easy stuff for Garoppolo. He's gonna fake the ball here to Kittle, swing it out on a little screen to McKinnon for a nice completion for a first down. Next play, 1st and 10. They're down at the 14. This is there's not really a whole lot here. He's going to go to the right side to McKinnon underneath. They're trying to work almost like a little screen down to the bottom with Bourne, I think it is, out here to the left side, but that's well covered over here. He does a good job of fitting this in over to the right side. This is actually a nice play by Garoppolo for a completion to get it a nice little 6-yard gain. That's going to set them up at 2nd and 4. We're 44 seconds left in the half, and they're going to run a screen out here to Kittle, and it's open, and it's just a poorly thrown football, way too high. And this is the play that Kittle injured his knee on. He's able to come back and play more in this game, but he's out for the next couple of games after this one. This is as easy of a throw as you can get, especially for an NFL quarterback. You're running play action, your shoulders, everything's already pointing off to that left side. You're just basically catching the ball and throwing it, and he airmails it over the top of his head, and bad things happen after that. So rough one there. And then let's go to the next one. So now it's going to be 3rd and 4, and it's going to be he's going to throw it down here. He's basically going to stare down Trent Taylor here. And they get a gain of 2. It's 3rd and 4. They get a gain of 2. That's, when he throws this ball, the other place that he could have gone would be up to the top of the screen, which with Pettis, who's actually getting to the sticks before he runs his route. But the pressure gets there a little bit too quick. The ball's got to come out right now. And I don't think that he would have been able to get the ball out here to Pettis. That would have been a tight one, just in terms of the pressure around the edge. That's just really bad pass blocking by Mike McGlinchey too. Let's watch Mike McGlinchey out here just get off balance with the speed, lunge, fall. That's rough. But as far as the completion, I think that's with the pressure that was coming around the edge. I would have liked to have seen the ball go to Pettis, but I don't think he had the time to get that out there to him. And he's never even looking there anyway. His eyes are he's bound and determined that this ball's going to the left side from the moment the ball's snapped. I'm kind of maybe giving him the benefit of the doubt by even thinking that he's going to throw that ball to Pettis. Harold says, I wonder if Steve Young or Montana would even be willing to coach Jimmy G on the mechanics. I think Garoppolo just needs to really spend time working with maybe a coach of his own. He might be doing that already anyway, but I'm not so sure about having Montana and Young work with him necessarily. He just needs to get a coach to work with him, and he's got to get better at it regardless. So let's jump ahead. 9:07. We're going to get a sack right here by on the right side. You've got Kyle Juszczyk running up. He's going to line up here. He's going to come across the field. And this ball needs to come out. He's got him wide open. Just move to your left. Throw the ball now. You've got nobody there. I don't know. And you see this from Garoppolo later on in the season too. They run this play against the Rams, and it's an incompletion where he gets to the top of his drop and he just holds on to the ball forever. I don't understand where he's looking. You know that this is where you want to go with the ball. There's nobody within 15 yards of Kyle Juszczyk. Even at the top of his drop, when you watch this play action, look, kind of bounce, throw the ball. Now, even if you've got to lollipop it out there, it's fine because the guy is so wide open. Just get the ball out of your hands. Hit your foot, step up, throw it. Hit your back foot, step, throw. Instead, he's looking over here. Why are you looking over here? You're looking over that. You should be looking over there until you get to the top of your drop. Stop. Set your back foot. Turn. Throw it. Get the ball up in the air. Let the guy make a play on the ball. It doesn't have to be a mile up in the air, but you've got plenty of time here to make this throw to Juszczyk. Boom. Hit your top of your drop. Turn and throw. And instead, it's turn. I'm going to keep my eyes down the field. Now all of a sudden I've got pressure because I'm helping create it, and everybody gets angry with the pass protection. It's rough. Then on third and 12, it's going to be incomplete to Bourne. He's going to have him open on a slant down here, and he airmails it to him. That safety's in decent position, but I don't think that safety is as actually driving on the ball to where he's going to driving on the man. He's more playing the ball. If Garoppolo just sticks us in there, I think Bourne has a chance at a completion. Instead, you get a poorly thrown ball up and high and away. I'm going to skip a little bit here. So I want to try to get through this. We're running up on an hour. You have an incompletion at one point on a screen to Juszczyk, but it was pretty well covered. So I'm going to skip that one. That was the 2nd and 8 play. So that's up 3rd and 8. 49ers are at their own 20. We've seen them motion do this quite a few times where they motion to the bunch. This is a really nice throw. He comes back. He had that one earlier where he misses them. Does a nice job kind of coming back on this slant and sticking it on him. And this is a really nice catch by Bourne, and it's a well placed ball by Garoppolo. He puts it in a catchable area for Bourne, who's has decent coverage on him. But this is a better angle to show it, and this is a really nice catch that I think the 49ers are going to miss. Hopefully the 49ers don't miss by not having Bourne, because that's really tight coverage, and he's firing that ball in there to him, and Bourne, but he puts it in a spot where Bourne's got to use his hands, can only make this catch with his hands. He can't use his body at all. He's not going to be able to really, have his body to help kind of cradle this. He does a really nice job of getting up with his hands with that guy right inside of there. That's the part of Kendrick Bourne that the 49ers are going to miss, I think, because that's the stuff that Bourne does all the time. I know he has issues with drops and things like that, but those usually come when he's wide open. He's a guy that when he's stuck in a tightly contested throw, more often than not, he makes those catches. He comes down with those. He's clutch on that. So here we're going to jump forward to the next pass play. It's 3rd and 3. It's going to be incomplete out here to Tevin Coleman. This is actually a screen. It's kind of a funny way of getting into a screen. We've seen a lot of in like the BYU film that we watched, Bama, those kind of things. We saw the bench route where you got guys coming across the field where you have like a crosser here with another guy kind of sitting up over the middle. This is kind of a variation of that, except for those guys that are crossing. Both of these guys, they've got their heads down. They're not even looking. They're looking for a guy to block. I mean, look at George Kittle. He's basically looks like he's running a route, but at the same time, you can see him breaking down to block 58 when he starts to move towards him. This is just really good coverage. On this one, Garoppolo's not doing anything other than keeping his eyes downfield to try to get everything meshed up so that he can then drop this off to Coleman, who they're hoping to have free. But the Cardinals do a really nice job of not over pursuing this linebacker right here. Does a really nice job of getting his head turned. Watch. He sees all that stuff crossing. He turns his eyes inside. He finds the crosser, and he picks him off. That's really nice coverage in the secondary by the Cardinals. That's not a knock on Garoppolo at all for that play. The play design, he threw it where the play was designed. Like I said, it's basically a screen. He's not really looking anywhere else on that play. So let's jump forward to the fourth quarter now. Here we go. This is the first and 10, first play for the 49ers of the fourth quarter. They're down 17-3. They're going to get play action. You're going to get Juszczyk coming up through the line of scrimmage and kind of run a wheel route because he's going to get himself out a little bit and then up the sidelines. Dante Pettis really makes this play, though, because he's going to sprint his tail off to try to get to the middle of the field and take this safety out of the play and kind of drag everybody in the coverage with him. And that speed is what allows the rest of this play to go. And this is a really nice play for the 49ers. Nice pass by Garoppolo. It's not anything. This is a design play. It's a called play. He's going to play action. He's going to make sure that the safeties are stuck in the middle of the field, and then he's going to come down to the wheel route, and he's able to stick it. This is a play that if you watch some of my film breakdowns throughout the college portion of the offseason when I was doing the scouting, we saw Justin Fields run this route. I think it was against Indiana, where they ran almost the same kind of thing. They play action. They snuck the fullback up through the formation, and he hit him down the sidelines. Almost exactly the same thing. Nice play there by the 49ers and Garoppolo to get that out there. Now the next one here, this is going to be incomplete out to Juszczyk. And he's slow on this one. The ball comes out late. Watch how long it takes from the time he turns, and now he throws it. And Kittle does a good job because he gets to the sideline. He's got to cut up. This ball ends up incomplete. And I know we like to talk about how Kyle Shanahan gets frustrated on the sidelines and stuff. Watch the coach right here. This is tight ends coach John Embry on the sidelines throwing his hands up as his guy's running wide open down the sideline, and the ball gets dumped into the flat to Juszczyk for an incompletion. Now we come back next play, 2nd and 10. This is a screen that they're going to diagnose pretty well. There's nothing here really to look at. Garoppolo's trying to run a screen. It's cover white. He just throws it in the dirt. So let's jump to the next one, third and 10. And this is where a guy like Trey Lance changes everything that the 49ers can do. Because what you're going to get here, watch, it's going to be you're going to see some pressure. Garoppolo does a good job of moving, steps up and around it. And at this point right now, if you've got Trey Lance back there who has some wheels, he might be able to actually turn this into a scramble out here around the right side and down the field. Instead, Garoppolo, who is able to do a nice job of using some athleticism to escape the pressure, but once he gets out of that pressure, he doesn't have the wheels to be able to take this and scramble. So he's got to just kind of keep it flat and throws up a prayer down the right sideline. And unfortunately for the 49ers, it gets answered. They get some luck on a pass interference call, and it sets them up down deep inside the red zone. So he gets kind of bailed out here by the PI call. Nice movement in the pocket, but he just doesn't have the ability to scramble and get down the field and really kind of put any additional pressure on the defense. And that's where when they make the move over to Trey Lance, that's the expectation, is that when he gets into a situation like that, he's going to be able to turn that into positive yards with his legs because of the ability to get out there and run around him. So second and 5, and it's a miss. This is a good example of Garoppolo coming off of the play early, because he's going to look left. He sees the contact from the linebacker, and he comes off, and there's nothing else there. He's got lots of time, and he's got Mostert wide open out there on the left sideline for a touchdown. Just out there running free. That's the second time where he's kind of come off of Mostert early. And when you're watching this game live, it's pretty frustrating because you're not sure what's going to happen on the next play, right? Usually one play leads to the next and so on and so forth. And you don't know if you're going to get that opportunity again because he's got him wide open right here. But they come back, next play, 3rd and 5, and they're going to do basically the same thing again. They're going to get, this time they've got McKinnon. They're going to get him in the flat. And this time there's nobody there to contact him. The linebackers are inside. And they run it. Basically, this is just a pick play. They're running Kittle and Reed up into their guys basically to be blockers to free up Kittle free up McKinnon. So, the frustrating play on 2nd and 5, ball should have come out to Mostert. Fortunately, he doesn't throw an interception there. He throws it away on that one. Kind of lifts the play the next down. 3rd and 5, they come right back to that concept, to that type of concept. They'll hit it for a touchdown and jump out into the lead. Let's go to the last. We're at the end of this here, so I appreciate everybody that's hung on. It's just about an hour. We'll get through this pretty quick here. So now the Friars are down 24-20. Remember, this is 24-20. This is, go back in this game from a coaching standpoint when they had that ball in the second quarter down on the 1-yard line and they decided to go for it on 4th and 1 and they walk away with no points. So that's huge at this point because right now it's 24-20. If you kick that field goal, it's likely 24-23 because I don't think the way the game was playing out would have really changed a whole lot because the Cardinals had to go down and score a touchdown to get to 24 anyway. So, at 24-23, that changes the whole way that this game ends up at the end, the way it plays out. So 2nd and 4 here, 4:39 by the time the ball snapped. This is going to come out quick to Mostert in the flat. Nice read, goes to the right spot. It was 2nd and 4. That's a good one. He could have possibly forced that into Bourne a little bit deeper down the field because I think Bourne's open on the second level out right here. But he takes the underneath throw, and Mostert does a nice job of extending the play and making some nice yak after the catch to pick up the first down. And then next play, you're going to get a scramble here. This is Brunskill, Daniel Brunskill right here, and he's just going to get beat by the defensive tackle. That pressure is going to get right up on Garoppolo quick. He hits his back foot. He's already got pressure and does a nice job of stepping up and scrambling for 9. Nice scramble. This is, again, a situation where, this is a nice play by Garoppolo, so I don't want this to sound like it's not. But this is a situation where if you have a guy like Trey Lance hit his back step and have to run, it's probably not a 9-yard gain. It's probably more than that, right? At least that's the expectation, especially when if you've watched enough of him from college. We're getting there, Raymond. Yes, you're right. We're getting there because this is the last offensive series of the game for the 49ers. So nice little scramble though. Picks it up. They pick it up on the next play after the scramble by Garoppolo. Then they come out here, a little short pass out to the left to Coleman. Play action, kind of rolled over to the left, throw back. He's wide open. This is a good ball, though, by Garoppolo. The thought is you want to try to get this out here deep, but by the time he turns, this guy's actually in a pretty good position, and he does a good job of stopping, of throwing this over here to the open spot. Even though it's not going to be a big play, it's a nice completion because he's forcing his receiver to stop. Makes it an easier play actually for Coleman. So I like that one. 1st and 10. 2-minute warning. You're in the field goal position now. Remember, if this game's 24-23, we're looking at a totally different ball game right now. The 49ers are in the driver's seat to win. Instead, they got to score a touchdown. A two-way go route here to Reed. Reed takes the out cut because he's got the defense has leverage on the inside. That man's playing inside of him. he's not going to be able to cut in there. So he cuts to the outside, and they do a good job of running him down, hold them to only a gain of 2. 2nd and 8. Come back to the Texas route. Pretty well covered, though, by the linebacker. They're in more of a zone coverage look here than earlier. Down the middle. He's actually got Pettis wide open. This is one of those situations where this is a nice little read underneath, but he's got the first down, and he's got the ball inside the 20. On the throw to Pettis, and then let Pettis maybe make a catch after. But Pettis is open, doesn't throw it to him. That's okay. He's got the completion over the middle. It's going to be first and 10. And this is the play that Raymond wants to see. I think he's excited to see this one. But this is hits his back foot, a little bit of pressure, steps up, and then he just does not follow through. Just pulls the string on this one, and he's got him wide open. This is a touchdown. You're walking off. 1:14 left to go in the game. It's going to be actually about 47 seconds left in the ball game by the time the incompletion occurs, and you'd be up 24-3. Instead, he hits his back foot and just does not finish the throw. Comes up way short. Watch it one more time. Put it in slow motion. He does a nice job because he's got the pressure off the edge. He's got to step up. There's the big step. Gets his feet underneath him. And then you see he just doesn't really throw it. You can see his hand basically stops about halfway down his play. He just doesn't rip it. You just got to let it flow, man. Instead, he tries to be perfect with it and guide that ball in there. And it's an incompletion. And for really all intents and purposes, that's the ball game right there, because that should have been a touchdown. But it as bad as that play was, let's go to the next one. Now it's going to be third down. He's looking to the left side, ends up scrambling, and then just throws up a prayer into the end zone. Luckily, doesn't get intercepted. Throwing that ball to Trent Taylor. But again, let's slow this one down. Garoppolo's looking to his left. He's looking down the middle of the field. Now he turns to his left. George Kittle's wide open. Throw him the ball. I know you've got a pocket here to throw the ball. George Kittle's open. Throw him the ball. Get that ball out here to him. Let him run to it. He's got this guy beat. This guy's in the end zone 7 yards away from him. Throw him the ball. Instead, you don't see him, or you don't do it, and you end up start to scramble. You don't have the legs to really be able to make a big play with your legs, and you end up just throwing this ball up. And Taylor is open, but Garoppolo running to his right doesn't have the arm to make the play, and the ball gets knocked down. That ball should have been out to Kittle. So you've got the underthrow, the play before, you come back for that. Now you've got Kittle open and you don't throw him the ball, your best player. This is shades of the Super Bowl. He's there. And now you come back, and this is going to be the last play of the game. 37 seconds left in the game. 4th and 5, you've got to get down to about the 5-yard line, 10-yard line. You've got a receiver open, and you just throw the ball behind him. Just a bad throw. Ball's got to be out here. Instead, he throws it behind them, and that's the ball game. That's you can nitpick this play and try to blame it on Trent Taylor, I guess, if you want, because he kind of does a little bit of a step, but that's not the excuse. That ball needs to be out here. It needs, so just doesn't get it to where it needs to go, and that's the ball game. So. Yeah. Hey, Gavin, how you doing? Hope everything's going good over in Wales. I'm glad you enjoyed the breakdowns. I'm not really trying to change anybody's mind about Garoppolo. I'm not sure where you are on him. I don't know if you're high on him or not, but this is a game where this was what's funny about this one is from a statistical standpoint, this was probably Garoppolo's best game of any of the games that he's played as far as a season opener. If you go back to his start when he was with the Patriots, you look at 2018, the 2019 game against Tampa Bay, and then this one. This was probably the best of those season opening games for Garoppolo in his career. Comes up on the short end of the stick because he misses 3 plays, at the end of the game. That's where the frustration from Kyle Shanahan comes from. That's why when you watch the games on TV, you've really got to sit there and really analyze the film. And I think you can see why Kyle Shanahan decided that he needed to trade up to the 3rd pick in the draft and go and get himself a quarterback. So it'll be interesting to see what happens moving forward. As I mentioned earlier with the call that came in, definitely I'll go back and I'll put together a couple more breakdowns on Garoppolo. We have plenty of time now between now and the season, so if you guys are interested in looking at Garoppolo 49er film, I can do that. What I'll do is it sounds like probably do Jacksonville from 2017. Then we'll do maybe the Rams game or this, late in the season from 2019, and then I'm not sure past that, if there's another one that you guys want to see or whatever. So definitely, as we go through this, we have a lot of time. You guys have my Twitter handle. Those of you that are on here, you can even leave a comment to the videos. Let me know what you want to see, and we'll break it down. As I said, we got about a month now before training camp starts. So it's the perfect time to do this. So I hope this gives you a little bit better understanding of Jimmy Garoppolo, kind of why the 49ers might be looking to move on from him, and gives you a little bit better understanding of the people that aren't super high on Garoppolo being the starting quarterback for 2021, and even some of the things that Trey Lance could bring to the table to improve this offense. So hope you enjoyed the show. I'll be back again, as I said, with more of these as we go through. Definitely we'll be back on Tuesday night to take all of your calls and on Niner Chatter and answer any questions or comments that you guys have. And then Thursday night will be Hammer and Nails as well. So appreciate everybody taking the time to watch this. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe and hit the like button and hit the notifications, and that way you'll be notified ahead of time when shows are coming up. So thanks everybody, and have a great day.